What is up with it? Today we are back and we are going over all of the topping deck lists from this last weekend. There were 4 events, 1 NA online TC, 1 regional in France, 1 online TC in Australia, and then there's also a Treasure Cup in Barcelona, I believe. But those deck lists aren't up yet, so we won't be going over the Barcelona Treasure Cup deck lists. But I do know that Luca, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Champion Luca, won. Huge congratulations to him, and also huge congratulations with dear friend of the channel, Herboye, for getting top 4. Both piloting, I believe, the same 50 on Emu. But we're going to go ahead and start off with the NA lists. Shoutouts to Eric Quintana. This was a huge weekend for people that I consider friends, and Eric is absolutely one of the just best people in the community. Really happy for him to get a win here with Emu. Most notable things about this deck list is definitely the 2 GARP events. You know, most people on 1-0 of this, but I like this card a lot, so I see the vision. Also 10 2Ks. Okay. Next, we have another Emu in second place. This one actually has 12 2Ks, no GARP events, 2 of the Chump Blocker. Next, we have an ace in third. Congratulations to Dexter. Anything notable about this? 12 2Ks, which is a little bit more than most people. Most people are on 10 to 11. Yep, I think that's the only notable thing. Next, we have a Zanji, which is one of the coolest decks ever made, to be honest. I would love to know what this person's event looked like. I know they lost to Eric in the finals, which is a bit unfortunate because I believe that is a favored matchup. But I know that the ace matchup is like atrocious, at least in my experience. So I'm kind of interested to know how many aces they played. A little surprised only 3 of this 6 cost Luffy. I feel like that card is really, really good. I feel like there's another OP13 card that I was under the impression that the list played. I can't remember what it was. Maybe the 4 cost Zoro, the new... Oh, nope, it's right there. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Someone let me know. Is there something that usually this deck plays that's not there? Next, we have Arnold in 5th. Back-to-back weekends getting 5th for Arnold. On one hand, a huge accomplishment. On the other, 5th is kind of like low-key the worst place to be. Nothing too interesting about this list. 12 2Ks. 12 2Ks. Min's boyfriend, one of the most consistent players in the game. I feel like he's just always right at the top. Actually opting for the Stussy. I wonder how much this came up for him. I wonder if he liked it. Just one of the Charlo. So interesting to see the Stussy. I was under the impression that everyone cut it, but Nicholas Powell, I believe is his name, says no. 3 Red Rock. I believe 11 2Ks. Yeah, nothing. These ace lists have so far been like exactly the same. Granted, the Emu lists also have been. Ace, though, I think has a little bit more wiggle room to be a little different. Honestly, I haven't looked at Zoro lists, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm even looking for, but this looks like a Zoro list to me. Ace in 9th. So the first bubble out of top 8 for sure had an X1 record. Playing the Rad Beam. 11 2Ks. Yep. 10th, we have an Emu. Playing 2 of the St. Rosward. I wonder how much this came up. Only 3 Saint Sharia? That seems like an odd choice to me. 2 Stussy. Wow. Okay, this is a really interesting list. And electing to run 11 2Ks. None of the little chump blocker, no GARP event. I really wonder about this Saint Rosward. I wonder if they liked it. I wonder if anyone in the comments likes it. We got Gary here running the 2 Stussy. 3 of the plus 3K event. I think this is the first list we've seen do that. 11 2Ks. 12th. 3 St. Charlos. 1 Rosward. Yep. No GARP event. No Stussy. 10 2Ks. Okay. 13th place, we have dear friend of the channel, JK's with the Vista. Shoutouts to Jake for that cook. He cooked with the Vista for sure. And 11 2Ks, I believe, right? 3. Yeah, 11. Seth Fear with an ace, 1 of 2K Jozu, 2 Yamato, 2 Taxbeard, the unblockable event. See, this is what I'm talking about. We have a little more wiggle room with the ace lists, where if you really want to, you could cook it a bit more, just because the deck has so many different tech cards it could play. I wonder how the Taxbeard was. I wonder how the 6-cost Yamato was. Very clearly, this deck is built a little bit more with Emu in mind. Me personally, I don't actually know how much the Taxbeard truly helps with the Emu matchup in my experience, but maybe it's better than I think. All right, we have a blue-purple Luffy. I'm guessing this is the person that cooked my boy Hayes. 2 Douglas bullets, so I have to imagine this is for Emu. Because it can rest both of the blockers. Yeah, 6 or less, and then double attack. Yeah, this is probably... If, like, you go second, you double ramp, you go this into this on your 8 Dawn turn, Emu really has no way to respond to this. You're just punching them big twice. How many 2Ks are we looking at? We're looking at... Ooh, and running the Otama. That's pretty cute. So 7 2Ks. Only 1 putting 2 of my boy Rosie. How many bigs? 2, 4, 7 targets for Sanji. Okay, I like the list. I like the list. Big congratulations to Nolan for bringing something that probably no one was expecting. And again, Gmar, same thing with Bonnie. Up to 2, then you can play characters with a base cost of 5 or more this turn. Play up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand rested. Why are we playing this? It's not searchable. Why is this better than Eroge? Is it because you get to play it and have a Dawn up versus Ace? Maybe this is like an Ace card, because you get to play it, have a Dawn up, and swing on the 4 Dawn turn. And then also it's something that the Ace doesn't want to swing over. Also 2NL, very interesting. I wonder if this is because Bonnie players are getting starved so much right now. 2 Zoro, 2 Shanks, 1 Beppo. I'm kind of surprised we're so light on top end. My instinct would be that, like, if these Emu and Ace players are starving you, this top end is really good to have. But I guess none of the top end really hits both very well, right? Like, the Shanks hits Ace really hard. The Zoro can hit either, but it also could just be a complete waste versus Ace. And then the Beppo's probably only good versus Ace, but even versus Emu, it's probably pretty decent to be a 7k leader rather than a 5k leader. And you stop an attack. But anyways, we'll go next to France. In first place, we have an Emu. Congratulations on the win. We have 4 10 2Ks, 1 GARP event. Oh, okay. And another plus 3K event. Very nice. We have an Ace in second place on what appears to be 10 2Ks, 2 Rad Beams. Okay, very interesting. I would love to know how those Rad Beams performed for them. We have a Zoro. Again, I'm not too familiar really with how Zoro lists are supposed to be looking. I think this Fishman package is a little unique though. And also the 1 of 9 cost Zoro. I'm not even sure when Zoro is allowed to play this. I'm going to keep it a stack. Every time I've had that dropped on me on Sim, regardless of what deck I'm playing, that Zoro loses. Like literally every time. I've never had a Zoro drop a Zoro on me successfully. We have a GARP event. We have about 11 2Ks. Bonnie in top 8. Brutal coming in 5th. Bringing a dark horse like Bonnie. Okay, so 4 of the Uta. So people really like this Uta. 3 Zoro this time. Only 2 of the Bonnie Searcher. We're electing more for the Kitten Killers, I'm noticing, than the Bonnie Searchers. And I'm kind of wondering exactly why that is. I'm really not sure. I'm not up to date with the Bonnie deck building theory, honestly. We have another Zoro. Nothing too interesting in this one, I don't think. Another Zoro. So Zoro actually performing decently well in France. We have one of the 10 drop Shanks. I know this card killed Jacoby. Shoutouts Jacoby. Only 2 Shirahoshi. I feel like pretty much every list we've seen has been on 3 or 4 Shirahoshi. 2, 5. Is this only 9 2Ks? Only 9 2Ks and really liking this St. Charlos. That's really interesting to me. Also 3 of the plus 3K event. Interesting. Next we have 9th place, the Ace. Or this was a actual top cut event. So this is like actually just top 16. We have the Visa shoutouts. 3 Taxbeard. Wow. 1 Rad Beam. 2 Red Rock. Wow. 3 Taxbeard. I do kind of wonder if Taxbeard is going to make a comeback at all with how much of a Ace resurgence there has been. Or not Ace. Emu resurgence there has been. And them all cutting Stussy. Yeah, another Taxbeard. 2 Rad Beam. How many 2Ks? 10? Interesting. We have an Emu here with a GARP event. And 11 2Ks. We've got an Ace. I think this is 12 2Ks. We have a Charlotte Pudding. I wonder if this is the pudding that the controversial ruling happened with. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Ooh, 2 slow beam. I imagine this is really strong versus Ace. I'm also under the impression that this deck is not bad versus Emu. But I could be wrong about that. The deck is shiced. Anyone who knows me knows I'm actually like a huge fan of this deck. I think this deck is so cool. Like this 7 cost, shiced card. This 8 cost, shiced card. Zeus, maybe the best 2K ever printed. 10 Mom, always satisfying to drop. Yeah. Next we have an Emu in top 16. We've got 10 2Ks. We've got 1 GARP event. 3 of the chump blocker this time. We have a Limb in top 16. 3 Sanji. Ooh, 3 Hell's Judgment, 2 Beam Sword, and 4 of the Shanks. Wow. I feel like we have cut down on a lot of the Odyssey package. No longer running Whitebeard or Sakazuki. Makes sense. You need to make room for all these other cards somehow. And Sokka shouldn't be a particularly good card currently. Here we have 3 Red Rock. I think this is the first 3 Red Rock spotting. 4, 11. Okay. We have 11 2Ks. It seems to be the most common number of 2Ks across the Ace and Emu decks that we're seeing is 11. Last winner we have in Australia playing the Ace. Big congratulations. Looks like we have 11 2Ks, 3 Red Rocks. Okay, so the second 3 Red Rock sighting. We have a Zoro in second place. Oh. Running this one of Helmeppo. It's a slash. It's a 2K 5/6. I guess this is just the same thing as this, but maybe they could only find 2 of these, I guess. I think it's like literally the same card in this context, unless I'm missing something. I don't think there's anything that interacts with Film or Fishman in this deck list, so maybe they like the card or maybe they couldn't find it. I really don't know. Next we have an Ace running the Jozu. Looks like we're running 11 2Ks. The one of Radbeam, the one of Taxgate. Okay, so Taxgate actually being a lot more played than I would have expected, to be honest. Two Stussy, 1 GARP event. I think this was the list I just clicked on. Oops. 11 2Ks. We have a Zoro, 2 Shanks. I'm sure there's some Zoro players who wish I was going over these more, but I'm not playing Zoro. I don't know nothing about Zoro. 2 GARP event. 10 2Ks. This is the one I just clicked on. Oh, no. No, it's not. This one has 3 plus 3K events. 10 2Ks and a GARP event. We've got the Ace. A Rad Beam. 12 2Ks. 12 2Ks. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. In Emu in 10th, we have 2 Stussy. 12 2Ks. No chump blockers, no GARP event. We've got in Zoro doing the same thing with the one of Helmeppo. What the heck is happening here? Does someone know? Is this somehow relevant? There's no way this is relevant somehow, right? There's just no way. What am I missing? Chat, let me know. Let me know in the comments, please. 10 2Ks, 2 Stussy. We've got an ace with 12 2Ks. Yep, 12 2Ks. 2 Red Rocks. The Goldie Roger. This is the first Roger we've seen in 3 events. Wow, this deck has got to be Garbanzos if there's only one. But you know what? I kind of knew that was the truth because even my boy Drago, shoutouts to Twin, even he was dropping the deck. So if he's dropping the deck, it's got to be straight buns. No Kata. I don't know if there's anything else interesting they could have been playing. Kata's the big one that I know of that some lists play. Next we have an ace in 15th place. This is looking like it's going to be 12 2Ks. Yep. So no other flex spots. And then the last list we are going over is going to be an emu. Is this only 9 2Ks? Only 9 2Ks. 4 of the chump blocker, 1 Roseword. No Garp event. Okay, kind of a spicy list to end it all. Yeah, I mean, as we would have expected looking at these pie charts, I mean, a lot of ace, a lot of emu, you know, some Zoro in there. I guess Bonnie is probably the 4th best deck. I guess. I don't know why you'd really play anything other than those 3. I don't even really know why you'd play anything other than the big 2, to be honest. But you can if you really want to, I guess. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.